Check the sound first, eh?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. No, I'm getting little dots on. You can hear me? That's ace. I'm just trying to log into Facebook now. Right, the link to the gig is on the YouTube page now. Sorry, I know we're 20 minutes late, but I just need to make sure everyone's got the link for the gig.
Did you phone on silent? Not your phone. Our friends all have it. Danny, can you go on and make noises now?
Because people are watching.
They won't know it's working.
Right, okay. Right. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, technical what's-its. I used to do these things on Facebook Live, but Facebook Live banned musicians, and so now I'm doing it on YouTube Live. But for some reason, YouTube Live just didn't like my computer at all. So, what you gonna do? Have I switched the speaker on? No, I haven't.
Battery 70%.
Cool. Okay, so this is the third one of these. Welcome. I thought we'd do it a bit differently this time. So it's all going to be very noisy tonight. I'm going to make lots of noise. But I've botched together stuff from equipment I had lying around the house, and I'm not sure how it's going to sound. So at your end, it might just be a really big, noisy mush. So if all you get is a noisy mush, then my apologies. I suggest you just get drunk. It'll help. It's only a half-hour gig, so shots are what's required to get drunk in song, 2 or 3, and then it won't matter if it's a noisy much. So I need to plug in my iPad, which I've also not done. Do you know, I tested this all today, and then it comes to the actual thing, and for some reason, it's all a massive tiz. What's that all about? So, load the program. Not even loaded the program. This is very unlikely. Don't know what's going on. Okay. So, I'll play a song. This first song is called It Is Wise to Fear the Mega Spider. Yes, it is wise to fear the mega spider. It is wise to be afraid. It was made in our lab somewhere in Salford. And now it wants to eat your brains. Yes, it is wise to fear the mega spider. It is wise to be afraid. It was made in our lab somewhere in Salford. And now it wants to eat your brains. There's no vision now. The camera's not working.
Only half the people marking because you put the creators on, not the viewers.
We should just stop.
No, you should just mute it.
Sorry, apparently I've shared the wrong link. I'm going to try again to share the right link to you. 1 second. Okay, testing. Okay, now it looks like we're there. Okay, we're there now. That was a bit of a palaver, wasn't it? I'm sorry. We're now like half an hour late starting. I have no idea what the technical difficulties were. My computer is just very cheap and old and rubbish. So we're on Charlotte's computer now, which is much, much better. So I'm just going to start again. It is wise to fear the mega spider. It is wise to fear a mega spider. It is wise to be afraid. It was made in a lab somewhere in Salford, and now it wants to eat your brains. Yes, it is wise to fear a mega spider. It is wise to be afraid. It was made in a lab somewhere in Salford, and now it wants to eat your brains. Slugs ate my parents, they lay down for too long in wet grass. Slugs ate my parents, they lay down for too long in wet grass. And now they're dying to eat you, so make sure you're ready with salt. And don't lay down for too long in wet grass. Don't lay down for too long in wet grass. Don't lay down for too long in wet grass. Don't lay down for too long in wet grass. Can you hear them coming? Can you hear them coming? Slugs ate my parents, they lay down for too long in wet grass. Slugs ate my parents, they lay down for too long in wet grass. And now they're dying to eat you, so make sure you're ready with salt. And don't lay down for too long in wet grass. Don't lay down for too long in wet grass. Don't lay down for too long in wet grass. Don't lay down for too long in wet grass. Wow, we made it to the end of a song. I need a drink after all that palaver. So welcome to the show. Tonight's a lot noisier than previous online shows, as you can hear. The kit tonight is just cobbled together from stuff I had around the house, so it might just come out at your end as a noisy mush. If that's the case, I'm sorry, but sometimes noisy mush is great. So, yay, noisy mush. I'd like to introduce you to the band. Playing drums tonight is an iPad called Claudia. That's Claudia. And on bass is this little synth called Claude. And Claudia tells Claude what to do. They're kind of a pair. And then I have a big keyboard called Klaus, who does most of the rest of it. And my hands are involved somewhere, where I'm not quite sure. So I got to load the song file for the next song. And I got okay, I'm going to have to do that between each track, test the sound. But we're all aware of the rules now, so it's all going to be okay. Okay, this next song, it was written, and not a lot of people know this, but when Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield took over presenting this morning, they didn't want to keep the same theme tune for this morning. So I sent this in. This was my entry for the theme tune for this morning. And they didn't pick my song, but in the end, I resubmitted it to Richard Osman's House of Games, and he did pick it up. So this is the theme tune for Richard Osman's House of Games. It's called Zombies Turn Your Tongue Blue. Zombies turn your tongue blue, yes, zombies turn your tongue blue. You've bitten off a lot more than you can chew. Zombies turn your tongue blue, yes, zombies turn your tongue blue. You've bitten off a lot more than you can chew. Come to let me know that you're alive. Come to let me know that you've survived. Zombies turn your tongue blue, yes, zombies turn your tongue blue. You've bitten off a lot more than you can chew. Zombies turn your tongue blue, yes, zombies turn your tongue blue. You've bitten off a lot more than you can chew. Come to let me know that you've survived. If you're patched up, then you're undead, and I'll be forced to take your head. I've got that wrong 100% of the times I've tried to play it in rehearsal. That's okay. It's only short, and it's done now. So, what have we got next? Okay, so I'm mostly playing old songs in this gig because, well, I've not played them for a long time, and it seemed like it'd be good to dust them all off and see how they sound now. But I've had to pad it out with a couple of newer ones, and this is one of those. Just check the sound. Okay, so this next song is about time I was on a train to Vienna, and I got on board the train, and I went into like one of those really old booths where you've just got like two sets of seats like sat opposite each other, and on one of the seats there was this nun. And I asked if she wouldn't mind me sitting down, and she said, no, that's fine. But then she got out this enormous box of chocolate pudding, like it was just enormous. And she said, do you want to share some of this chocolate pudding? And I was like, no, I'm fine, thank you. And then she started eating it, and like she was eating it voraciously, like it was all over her face and stuff. And then she said again, she said, why are you not trying this pudding? Why are you not trying the pudding? So I had to try some of the pudding. And before I knew it, like I had pudding all over my face, and it was all over the walls, and the train guard came in to try and collect the tickets, and he saw just pudding everywhere. And then the nun and I, we just cackled at the train driver until there were tears down our faces, and he ran away screaming. And then the train stopped in Vienna, and the nun and I, we both got off and went our separate ways, and I never saw her again. I've just got no idea what happened to this nun with lots of chocolate pudding. Anyway, this next song's about that. Small alien creature was served to me in a restaurant when I had only ordered chicken casserole. It looked at me imploringly, begging me to save it, but I was hungry, so I went and ate it anyway. Yes, I once ate an alien alive, and I knew it didn't want to die. I once ate an alien alive, and I knew it didn't want to die, no. It turns out there's a portal in the kitchen which leads to an alien world, an alien civilization. The restaurant goes across and harvests the little creatures and then serves it to its hungry clientele. Yes, I once ate an alien alive, and I knew it didn't want to die. I once ate an alien alive, and I knew it didn't want to die, no. Creatures are definitely intelligent. They have arts and science and dance and TV too. The alien tried to communicate when it was sat there upon my plate, but I was just so hungry it had to die. 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 Hooray! So, yes. No, not that. Back on harpsichord. Harpsichord is always reliable. So, this is the other new song that's in there. And this song is about this song is about how what is it about? That's a good question. So I was at a bus stop one day, and there was this guy stood at the bus stop next to me, and he turned around to me and he said, acting directors, they don't cast me in their pictures anymore. It turns out that this guy was an out-of-work actor. And so I advised him to go to Rotherham, because just outside Rotherham there is a hill, and on the hill there grows a tree with the Closferatu fruit. And I said, go and take the Closferatu fruit and eat some, and it will help you to decide what to do. And it turned out that years later I saw this guy in the newspaper, And what he'd done is he'd given up acting, and he'd gone and invented an entirely new type of shower door. And there was a hole in the shower door. This was the key feature that sold it. There was a hole in the shower door which let all the water pour out onto the bathroom floor. And the people who bought this, well, they never felt so alive. The thrill of having the shower with all the water going everywhere. It was just incredible. So this guy's a billionaire now. So yeah, this next song is about that. Or it is, if I can play it in time. I tried to explain that a mince beef breast would be useless without a mince beef vest, and she said she had a mince beef vest and the quest would not be required. So we went to the top of the highest mountain, and there we did find the mince beef fountain. We stopped at Bolognese before heading home. It's a mince beef breast. 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 The people did come from miles around to sample this meaty gold that we found, but soon the demand was so high that we needed more. So back to the top of the mountain we went to find the fountain completely spent. The people would eat no bolognese no more. It's a mince beef breast. It's a mince beef breast. It's a mince beef breast. We're doing our best. The people now eat their chili con carne made entirely from beans. But my friend and I, we searched through the wilderness, mining a mince beef steam. The people now eat their chili con carne made entirely from beans. And my friend and I, we searched through the wilderness, mining more mince beef seams. Mince beef breast. It's a mince beef breast. It's a mince beef breast. We're doing our best. Yes. It's a mince beef quest. What's next? Okay, it's back to the old songs. Back to the old songs. Crikey, I wrote this song when I was 23 years old. I'm nearly 40 now, which is bizarre. Yes, I wrote this song when I was 23, and this one is about how actually I have no idea what it's about all these years later. The song's called Tea with Two Sugars, Please. Oh, what's my brain doing tonight? That's why it sounds wrong. The keyboard's out of tune. One more time for good luck. Like to be able to offer you a cup of tea, but a poison both the sugar and the tea. And the coffee's full of arsenic, pudding's full of bleach, and the cyanide all over your meats. Yes, I'd like to be able to offer you a cup of tea, but a poison both the sugar and the tea. And the coffee's full of arsenic, the pudding's full of bleach, and the cyanide all over your meats. Oh, would you like to drink the water? Would you like to drink the water? Right, put poison in your water. Poison in your water. Would you like to drink the water? Would you like to drink the water? Right, put poison in your water. Poison. Yes, I'd like to be able to offer you a cup of tea, but a poison both the sugar and the tea. And the coffee's full of arsenic, the pudding's full of bleach, and the cyanide all over your meats. Yes, I'd like to be able to offer you a cup of tea, but a poison both the sugar and the tea. And the coffee's full of arsenic, the pudding's full of bleach, and the cyanide all over your meats. Oh, would you like to drink the water? Would you like to drink the water? But put poison in your water. Poison in your water. Would you like to drink the water? Would you like to drink the water? But put poison in your water. Poison. So now you're lying on the floor, and you know it was the soup, and that you'll never see daylight again. So I lean over you and I offer you a drink. Oh, maybe it will help with the pain. Would you like to drink the water? Would you like to drink the water? Oh, maybe it will help with the pain. So tell me, how does it feel as it all goes dark and the poison seeps into your brain? Oh, went okay once we got going, didn't it? Oh dear. So what have we got next? Okay, this is a slightly new one. I think I wrote it around about 2008 once Charlotte and I had moved to London. But it's one of the few ones I wrote in London that really seems to have stuck around. So that's just loading, and while it's loading, you'll remember that I asked earlier today if anybody had any questions they wanted to submit to ask about Slugs and how it's going after all these years. And the question I liked the most was from Carol from Bognor Regis. She says, "Dear Slugs, why do you like sitting outside hardware stores and screaming at people as they exit?" Well, that's a very good question, Carol. I'm glad you asked. And the reason I sit outside hardware stores screaming at people who are leaving, I only scream at the ones who bought paint, because there's something sinister and quite disturbing about paint, and I think I'm well within my rights to scream at them. So this song is called Eat Your Friends. Can't do any without a false start tonight. It's pandemic brain. It's time to eat your friends, you know it's true. Find the easiest one you can before they find you. Oh, eat your friends, come on and eat your friends. How else will you survive when the world ends? Eat your friends, come on and eat your friends. How else will you survive when the world ends? You'll have to make a list of who tastes best. But don't forget to eat the ones who never answer your texts. So eat your friends, go on and eat your friends. Or else will you survive when the world ends? Oh, eat your friends, come on and eat your friends. I'll show you survive when the world ends. That's right. Eat your friends, come on and eat your friends. I'll show you survive when the world ends. Now eat your friends, come on and eat your friends. Let's do you survive when the world ends. It's right now. Yes, eat your friends. Okay, so this is an oldie. I should put a trigger warning for this track. Because in 2005, when I started playing Bar Bar Black Sheep and putting in the lyric, "You're all going to die soon," it seemed like a really funny and clever thing to do. Yeah, let's make the nursery rhyme more sinister. But in 2021, you are actually all going to die soon. So if you're worried about that, you might not want to listen to this one. Sorry. Every goddamn time. Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? Oh yes sir, I got 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the day, one for the little boy who lives down the lane. Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? You're all going to die soon. You're all going to die soon. You're all going to die soon. You're all going to die. Oh, Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? Oh yes sir, I got 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the dame, one for the little boy who lives down the lane. Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? You're all going to die soon. You're all going to die soon. If there's no vaccine soon, you're all going to die. Oh, Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? Have you any wool? Yes, indeed. Okay, we're at the end of this journey. It's had its ups, it's had its downs, but thank you for taking it with me. I appreciate you all tuning in and watching with your precious time. This last song, I better check the sound. Yeah, that's noisy enough. Oh, that's too noisy. Check the two together. Okay. This last song is about the thing we've all spent the last 12 months doing. It's called Death Cake.
£1 of death, 8 ounces of death, 6 to 8 deaths and a pinch of death, 2 teaspoons of death, the rind of a death, and little death, a little death, death cake. Death cake. Death cake. Death cake. Death cake. £1 of death, 8 ounces of death, 6 to 8 deaths and a pinch of death, 2 teaspoons of death, the rind of a death and a little death, a little death. Cake will kill you in the end. Yes, cake will kill you in the end. Death cake. Death cake. Death cake. Death cake.
Thanks very much, everyone. Have a nice evening. Oh, except I got to cover the clothes and turn it off now. Now you get my big giant head. Goodbye. Goodbye.